What is up, guys? I'm the Kumo Sensei, and today I want to do something that I did before. Another tier list, and this time, Kingdom Hearts. Yes, I'm a big fan of Kingdom Hearts. As you can see, here's my pin. And yeah, I'm a really big fan of Kingdom Hearts, so I decided, why not, do a tier list ranking from, the first game to the current game. So, anyhow, let's not waste any time and let's get straight into it. Okay, guys, here's the tier list. I'll leave a link in the description down below so you can do this yourself. The first game, Kingdom Hearts. I'm gonna be a little bit biased when I say this. I'm gonna put this at D tier, and hear me out. I feel like this game is based and simple, but I feel like it gets overruled by the ending, because the ending for the first game is really good, but I think that kind of overlooks everything else. So since this is a first game in the series, it's gonna have issues. Sometimes the combat is a bit slow, and sometimes enemies are a bit overpowered. Ursula, for example, my goodness. But overall, it's not a bad game, but it's the first game, so yeah, there's gonna be issues. That's why I'm gonna put Kingdom Hearts D tier. The final mix is actually a huge improvement in my opinion. While the combat and whatnot is still the same, they at least added more to it. More bosses, and a bunch of more interesting bosses that are so OP they basically just wipe you clean. So yeah, I do like the final mix. I think it's a huge step up. It feels like a complete game in my opinion, so I'll leave that as C tier. Now I believe the next game was Chain of Memories. This one came out on the Game Boy, not Rechain of Memories. Rechain of Memories was on PS2. It's a Game Boy game. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. It's a Game Boy game. You honestly, what are you gonna do, right? It's not a. It's a. How should I put this? I wouldn't say it's a bad game, but it's on a Game Boy, so you really can't expect too much from it. Rechain of Memories is actually a pretty decent game. I'll put it as C tier, but is it worth it? Well, no, the final mix is better. We put the final mix on B tier. Yeah, this looks more accurate to me. Okay. I actually like this a lot. Yeah, okay. Now, chronologically, it'll be 352 days, but we're gonna go in release order, so now on to Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 2 is a really solid game. This is an A tier game in my opinion. In my opinion, I think Kingdom Hearts 2 is probably the best Kingdom Hearts game there is. Like, literally. It pretty much is a huge improvement of everything else to come, in my opinion. I think if anything, it should be S tier, but I'm gonna save that for the, this one. Kingdom Hearts 2, the final mix, is S tier. You cannot debate me on that. It is the complete of the complete, everything. It has, more. It has more stuff, better bosses. The Lingering Will always kills me every time. Yeah, this is a solid game. Like, I can play Kingdom Hearts 2, the final mix, and Kingdom Hearts 2 over and over again. I would never get bored. It's a really good game, in my opinion. Now, I don't remember which came first. Was it 358 in 2 days, or was it Birth by Sleep? Well, it doesn't really matter. Let's go with 358 in 2 days. God dang it. I don't know if I'll put... I don't know where I'll put this, guys. 358 in 2 days. I feel like I think the strong point is the story, but the gameplay itself is... Come on, it's on the DS, so, but it is... I'll leave it something like this for now. Yeah, we'll just leave it on C tier. Now, what's next? Birth by Sleep. Birth by Sleep is actually a pretty solid game. I would actually go as far as put in A or B? Which one should I put this? I'm gonna put this as on A tier. The only reason why is because for a PSP game, they actually kind of pushed it. 3 characters and 1 game. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I do feel like no. Maybe like a B plus or something. B plus to A minus. I would not put this on A tier because I do feel like enemy variety in Birth by Sleep is limited, and not to mention the fact that sometimes it feels kind of bare in some areas. But I do like Birth by Sleep though. Now Birth by Sleep, the final mix, this is an S tier in my opinion. I feel like the final mix for Birth by Sleep actually fixes a lot of the issues. Now they do give you more bosses, more challenges, and they offer way more than, you know, the original Birth by Sleep. I do feel like the final mixes are basically like the complete versions of, you know, the original base game. Basically DLC, if you ask me, but yeah, I'm gonna leave it as this for now. Because I do feel like Birth by Sleep is a good game, but I wouldn't say it's as good as Kingdom Hearts 2. Like just the base game. Recoded. I'm gonna be completely honest. I do not like Recoded. I really do not like Recoded. I might put this on F tier. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I decided I'm gonna put this on F tier. Okay, guys, don't get mad at me. The reason why is because I feel like Recoded, while the story is necessary, it kind of feels like filler in my opinion. I feel like they could have just explained the dialogue in one of these games instead of making it a separate story. I think the data sword idea is interesting, but I don't think it makes sense to me to make it an entire game itself. But I understand why, you know, the story is necessary. But I don't think it's worth a D tier in my opinion. Now I believe Dream Drop Distance came next. Dream Drop Distance is a B tier. I think it's B minus. I think the flow motion is cool, and I do like the Dream Eaters, and I do love how the story goes in Dream Drop Distance, because it's more, how should I put this? I think it kind of reveals the actual plot line. So yeah, I do think this is a solid game in my opinion, and I do think it's better than these down here. Yeah, I'll keep this as this. This will be on B tier. I don't think it's better than the final mix of the original Kingdom Hearts, but I do think it is a solid game. I believe 1.5 came out next. 1.5 is easily A tier. I said it, A tier. The reason why it's A tier is because it gives you the final mix for the first Kingdom Hearts game. It basically condenses 352 days into like a cinematic movie kind of, and then it basically gave you Rechain of Memories, which is a pretty solid bonus. So it gave you 3 of 1. I do think that 1.5, you know, a lot of people say it's just milking it, but I think it's needed in my opinion. So I'm gonna leave this on A tier. Now 2.5, yeah, that's also A tier. Same reason. I'll leave this one for S tier, but 2.5 is A tier though. It gave you basically these 2 games as the final mix versions. And then it basically gave, you know, it condensed the Recoded into like a cutscene movie. Yeah, this is solid A tier in my opinion. I will put this on S tier, but I want to put it here. 1.5 plus 2.5. Yeah, that's S tier. There's no need to explain that. And this is X Kai, I think. This is more of a backstory to me, so I do like the backstory. I think the backstory is solid, and the cutscenes is amazing. It's not really a game though, but I put this on B tier anyways. It's just more of cutscenes to me than anything else. And then point 2, a fragmentary passage. I wouldn't really consider this an entire game. It's more just like a DLC. I'll put this on B tier for now. I think for a condensed short game, story-ish, I think it is worth it, but hey, I'm not one to judge, right? Now on to Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm gonna be honest, I think Kingdom Hearts 3 is a B tier game. Let me clarify. I think for Kingdom Hearts 3, while it does have a lot in it, at the same time, it kind of feels less than Kingdom Hearts 2 for some reason. I don't know why, but I get that feeling. Now, the DLCs and whatnot with Kingdom Hearts 3, that is an A tier because then it feels more complete. But the base game of Kingdom Hearts 3 to me, it feels like a B plus tier game, B plus A minus type game. So yeah, and then the mobile game, the Chi and Kai and whatnot, I will put them around C or B tier. I don't think I will play mobile games for the actual gameplay, but rather the story. So yeah, just a clarification. So maybe I'll edit some. Maybe I'll edit them myself to put them on this tier list because I can't find a tier list of everything on it. So yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3, the base game, will be B plus tier, but you know the complete one with the DLCs and whatnot will be on A tier. The mobile games, I'll put all of them on C tier because I will not play it. I'll only play it for the story, not for the actual gameplay. Let's re-wrap this and let's see how this goes. S tier, Kingdom Hearts 2 the final mix, Birth by Sleep the final mix, and then 1.5 plus 2.5. That's staying where it is. That's solid in my opinion. A tier, Kingdom Hearts 2, 1.5, 2.5. I actually like that. I'll leave that as is. B tier, Kingdom Hearts 3, Birth by Sleep, Kingdom Hearts the final mix, Dream Drop Distance, X, and then 0.2. There might be some debate with Kingdom Hearts though, the final mix. I might actually move this to A tier, but I'm not certain yet. Okay, C tier, 358 in 2 days, and then Chain of Memories. I know that people is going to get mad at me when it comes to 358 in 2 days, but I feel like the only reason why people regard it so highly is because of the story, but not the actual gameplay. I think the actual gameplay is a bit lackluster, but that's because it's on the DS, that's why. But the story is S tier though for this game. So don't get mad at me, but I gotta be fair. So I think if I put it a B tier, it wouldn't do justice to everything else on this tier list here on the B tier. So it's going to have to stay in C tier. And then Rechain of Memories, yeah, that's going to stay in C tier too. I think the card gameplay thing is pretty cool, but it feels like its own genre of Kingdom Hearts in my opinion. The story is pretty decent and is necessary because it leads up to, you know, this game and the Kingdom Hearts 2. And then D tier is Kingdom Hearts, the first one, obviously, because that's the first in the installment, which is going to have some issues, obviously. And then Chain of Memories, which is on Game Boy, so you can't really do anything about that. And the F tier is Recoded, which I totally agree. I think this game feels like filler to me. So when they made it into like a cutscene movie and whatnot in the 2.5 remix or whatnot, I think it saved us the trouble. And then Kingdom Hearts 3, you know, the complete one that is, with the DLCs and whatnot, will be A tier. And then all of the, all of the mobile games will be in the C tier because I will not play the mobile game for the actual gameplay. I would just play for the story at this point. And yeah, I guess I'll leave it at that. So please, tell me what you think, and do you agree with me? And I'm the Kumo Sensei, and tell me what you think, and tell me how you will rank the Kingdom Hearts games. And with that, I am out. See ya.